All right, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. For this video, we're going to be talking about what it truly takes to become a full-time dropshipper. So if you see yourself doing that in the future, stick around to the end because we're going to cover a lot of things that you absolutely need to be able to sustain yourself full-time in the dropshipping world. So first things first, your business, so we're just going to jump into it, right? So your business needs to have a foundation. And so that foundation is going to be legalizing it basically through LLC or whatever your country offers. So looking into that based on where you live is also extremely important. So I know a lot of the people who watch these videos, they are from, some foreign country, foreign to me, obviously. So I don't know any of your laws or anything like that, but you can look into, is it a good idea for me to create an LLC through Hong Kong, Belize, something like that. So creating an LLC is first step. Second step, business bank account, personal bank account, and a business credit card. And a really good business credit card is going to be the Amex Business Gold. That credit card is incredible because you get 4x points on your ad spend up to $150,000 a year. And you can always create a new LLC and get another credit card if you bypass that limit. But I don't know, that might be walking on a fine line or something. So I'm not going to get into that. But anyways, yeah, so what I want to talk about, is having like these systems set up, like just everything, the foundation built for your business, because as you guys know, if you are into drop shipping, it's not like what they talk about in the short form videos where, it's let me just throw up a site, a little general store and get rich quick, right? So I just want to cover everything that it takes to be able to support yourself full-time for dropshipping. You've got your LLC, you've got your business bank account, you've got your credit card. I'm not going to get into taxes, but do some research on your state, figure out what the best tax breaks you can get, just like maybe by setting your LLC up overseas or, offshore, that type of thing, just to save a little bit of money on taxes, because as you guys know, we run on pretty slim margins a lot of the time. Lately things have been really good for me, the group, FTG. Yeah, but once you start hitting those $100,000 months, things like that, it becomes really important to have all of your taxes set up. So that is number one, get your LLC formed, get your business bank account, and get your business credit card so you can separate all of these transactions, throw it on QuickBooks, Xero, something like that. I made a video about it in FTG, but not super in-depth because I don't want to give any financial tax advice. After you've got your LLC made and you're finding products, things like that, it becomes really important to start thinking about your mindset. So another thing this is probably the biggest thing in dropshipping, because you will fail. Like, you will absolutely fail. Like, I'm just going to tell you right now, you are going to fail. Your first few times, you probably fail. Your first 10 times, you might fail. It is hard work. It's not easy, get rich quick. I know I just touched on that, but I'm going to keep banging it because it is not get rich quick. It is a tough, stressful, time reliant job. It's a full-time job too, like after you're working your 9 to 5, it's another full-time job. And until you do this full-time, having the correct mindset and expecting or like being okay with failure is good. But I want to touch on something that a lot of people message me about. They often ask me, hey, Adam, when should I kill this ad? And I say, don't ask me that, bro. Like, why do it's day one. You want to know if you should kill your ads. Why are you even thinking about failure right now? Like having that in your subconscious that, hey, I'm going to fail. Okay, then just quit. Like if you think you're going to fail already, then just quit. Like, go back. Like, just get out of the game. So I don't know. That's something that I'm really like passionate about, because a lot of people who text me, hey, when should I kill this? When should I kill this? I say, stop texting me this. Stop thinking about it. Just let it run. And they often do pretty well. So stop thinking about when you should kill your ads and start thinking about how you can learn from bad performing ads instead of how do I kill this? Or what spend should I kill this on? I don't know, dude. Like, every ad performs differently. We can learn different things about each ad. It depends on the product. It depends on what type of videos you're using. all of it, mushes together, and you can't just, like, if there was one secret formula for, hey, I need to kill ads at this point, I would probably just be working for a huge company and just making a bunch of money by just setting up my formula, my automatic automation. Oh, this ad spent $100. I'm gonna kill it. And a lot of people will disagree with this. They will say, oh yeah, I spent $100 and I should have a sale. Most of the time, yeah, I'm probably gonna kill it. It depends, depending on obviously the product cost. Most of the time, I'm probably gonna kill it if I spend $100, don't get a sale. But a lot of times, I'll go in the red for like 2 weeks, and then afterwards, it starts printing for me. So I don't know, dude. Like, stop getting that failure in the back of your mind. That, like, when you start it, you're already gonna fail. I just don't like that. LLC, business bank account, credit card, and stop thinking that you're gonna fail. Another thing that I want to talk about is, having a good place to learn. Little plug for FTG, but having a good place to learn is really important. So you want to learn from like one place, right? I don't care where you do it, but you should choose like one place to learn from, so you're not distracted by shiny objects, different methods, things like that. Just stick to one route and see how it goes for a while, and then if it's really bad, like you really just can't seem to figure it out with the way that person teaches you or tells you how to do things, then get out of there and learn from a different person, like, because maybe your learning style does not align with this person's learning style. So something to think about. You can't, like, that's another thing. You can't bang well, I mean, most of the mentors, I think, like, that are out there just selling mentorships, I think they're ass. But you can't completely bang on somebody, if they give you good information, it's good information, but you just can't absorb it through the way that they teach you. So just something to think about. You want to learn from one place, have a good mentor, and you don't necessarily need it, but it is nice to have. Especially if you've got like 30 other dudes doing the same thing as you. You guys are all looking for the same goals. It's important. Another thing is good day-to-day money habits. As you guys know, when it comes to drop shipping, things can go left really fast. So let's say you do $10,000 in sales this week, and your supplier hits you up and is like, hey dude, here's the product that I was sending, and you're like, oh bro, that's not the product I was selling. What the hell? So you basically have to refund everybody. You already paid for your ads. Maybe your supplier will give you a little bit of, what is that word I'm looking for? They'll give you a little bit of wiggle room. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but they'll give you a little bit of wiggle room for your next payments or something because they messed it up. Or if you truly did mess it up, then obviously be honest with your supplier. That's a really good information. Is you want to have a good relationship with your supplier. Don't just look for the cheapest guy. Look for, someone who you feel that you could build a relationship with, because ultimately what the goal of dropshipping is to build a brand, exit that brand, and do it again. So what we're doing in the dropshipping space is testing products, branding it, and then selling it. That's kind of the idea. So yeah, this is not the same as those TikTok short forms where it's like, yeah, I just made $1 million in a day. I'm selling replica clothing, or some bullshit like that. This is real legitimate business. So after that, good day-to-day money habits, just like saving your business's profit, because one day, you might see 10 bands get sent to your account and you're like, whoa, dude, like, I'm feeling pretty good. Go out and buy yourself something nice, and then all of a sudden you get an invoice from the supplier, or you got to pay your ads, you didn't realize it. Boom, you're rinsed. So save your money. Another thing is having an addictive personality. I know that kind of sounds crazy. My notes are on the floor over here, so that's why I keep turning and looking over there. But I know that sounds kind of crazy, maybe even, partially unhealthy, but I don't necessarily mean like get totally obsessed. Like, I mean, you can, and you probably do better, but becoming like addicted like you would with video games to learning about marketing, psychology, and sales is really beneficial to your your dropshipping journey. So becoming super obsessed with it is actually a good thing. You shouldn't be like, oh, I've spent too much time on this. It's time for me to take a break. Honestly, dude, fuck your break. There's more to learn. So, anyways, I don't know. Maybe that's a little extreme. I'm trying to think, man, of what else. So, addictive personality, and then the, good routine. And another thing is just like being ready for the stress, like you'll wake up every single day, you check your ads, you check your store, boom, you're underperforming. Wow, dude, I'm all stressed out. But it's actually just a good learning opportunity. Having the LLC, the business bank account, business credit card, a good place to learn, good day-to-day money habits, good mindset. It's really all you need to ensure that you will be successful drop shipping. So yeah, I don't know. I'm like, maybe this is generic information. A lot of people talk about. Another thing actually that I want to talk about. I didn't even touch on it. I'll just grab this thing. But it's like the systems, so systems, having a VA, an editor, and things like that. So this is really important. Like, even if you're at a low stage, having a VA is like absolutely game changing, because you don't have to answer any emails. Obviously, like at the start, it's a little bit difficult. You gotta teach your VA exactly, like how to respond, things like that, when to refund, or when to offer, discount codes, or when to offer 50% refunds, things like that. Because, we're penny pinching in the dropshipping game. Like, you kind of have to. Having that VA do that is an incredible investment, and it's totally worth your money. Highly recommend it. And then a video editor is going to be really important as well. Once, like, as you obviously, you guys know, like, when you're running a product, like, for the most part, you can pretty much just use TikTok ads, or TikTok videos, UGC and stuff, and just slap it on Facebook and let it run. But after you've validated it and you want to actually scale it up, it's extremely important to have a video editor who you can give all the market data that you do, through research on your customer data through research, so you can give it to them and feed them scripts and things like that. So when your ads hit that exact target audience, it will just click in their minds, that this product is for me. So that's really important. Be ready to just do a lot of hours of researching whatever product you're selling. So, like doing the Amazon reviews, the Reddit threads, the YouTube reviews, and then clicking into the Amazon account, see what other type of products they buy. Okay, I've got a good upsell now. Or, I'm seeing that they bought this that kind of aligns with my product, but it, like, maybe they bought my product for this problem. So let me try a couple of ads, with this angle, that type of deal. So I don't know. I hope this is a good video, man. Like, I'm really just yapping, but just important to have like these systems and habits and things set in place if you want to do this full time. Like, it's a job, dude, and it is stressful. I spend a lot of time on my PC, mainly, for the Discord, but it's a job. It's a full-time job. You got your 9 to 5, and then this is your 5 to 9. Once you break through, the amount of money that you're making, which it can be really fast, like, there's a lot of people in here. Like, I deleted my 0 to 1K a day challenge back in the day, just because I leaked everything and I wasn't very good at editing. But, you can do that in like 2 days. Just like slap a product up with some TikTok ads and rip 1K a day, profit like $400 every day. It's like, it is, it sounds easy, but obviously all the time that goes into it, finding a good supplier, customer service, creating the websites, creating the ads, like, obviously it's not like extremely easy. Facebook bans, like, all this stuff that just constantly throws stress at you. It's a full-time job. So that just is what it is. You got to be ready to work, ready to learn. And that's pretty much all you need to ensure that you can be sustainable, or you can support yourself for dropshipping. If you guys have any questions or anything, please just drop it down below. We've been printing money in FTG. I don't know if you guys are in there and you see the success posts. A lot of people won't even post their success. Pisses me off, but it is what it is. Because I wanna show off. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, we're actually printing and people's lives are changing. And I know every guru says that, but like, this is legit. So I don't know. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop me a thumbs up, or drop me a comment too. If you made it this far, like, I really appreciate you guys like helping me out with the algorithm. Like, just comment like drop shipping video or something like that. I'd appreciate it. So anyways, peace guys, until next time. FTG baby.